The full moon hung low in the night sky, casting an eerie glow over the tarmac as passengers boarded Flight 666 to Hellington. It was a red-eye flight, and the airport was eerily deserted. The airline had a reputation for being cursed, but desperate times called for desperate measures. Inside the cabin, the dim overhead lights flickered, casting sinister shadows down the narrow aisles. The flight attendants, clad in blood-red uniforms, greeted passengers with unnaturally wide smiles, their eyes devoid of warmth. As the plane taxied down the runway, an unsettling chill filled the air, making passengers shiver. The captain's voice crackled over the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoy your flight to Hellington. Please fasten your seatbelts and prepare for takeoff." The engines roared to life, and the plane hurtled down the runway. But just as it was about to lift off, a bone-chilling scream echoed through the cabin. The passengers turned to see a ghostly figure in the last row, dressed in clothes from a bygone era. It was a pilot, his eyes hollow and filled with dread. The figure raised a spectral hand, pointing toward the cockpit. The flight attendants rushed past, ignoring the passengers' pleas for explanations. They disappeared into the cockpit, and the cabin door slammed shut behind them. Turbulence shook the plane violently as it ascended into the dark, stormy night. Lightning streaked across the sky, casting sinister silhouettes on the windows. Passengers exchanged terrified glances, their fear mounting with each passing moment. Suddenly, the intercom crackled to life again, but this time it was not the captain's voice. It was a haunting, disembodied whisper that sent shivers down their spines. "You're all doomed," it hissed. "This plane is cursed, and there's no escape." Panicked screams erupted in the cabin as the plane continued to rock and shake. Passengers desperately tried to unfasten their seatbelts, but they were stuck. The overhead lights flickered more violently, and the temperature plummeted. Frost crept up the windows, obscuring the outside world. From the cockpit, more screams and chilling laughter echoed. The flight attendants emerged, their once smiling faces now twisted with malevolence. They moved down the aisle, their fingers elongating into grotesque claws. The ghostly pilot reappeared, hovering above the seats, his hollow eyes locking onto each passenger. "This plane is our eternal prison," he moaned. "We seek revenge on the living for our torment." Desperation set in as passengers frantically searched for a way out, but the windows were frozen shut and the doors were sealed tight. The plane continued its turbulent descent into madness. As Flight 666 plummeted toward an uncertain fate, the passengers' screams and pleas for mercy merged with the haunting whispers of the vengeful spirits. It was a ride into darkness from which there was no return, a flight destined to haunt the nightmares of anyone who dared to board the cursed airplane. To this day, Flight 66 to Hellington remains missing, a sinister legend that serves as a warning to those who dare to tempt the supernatural, a chilling reminder that some flights are best left unboarded.